till 6 o'clock. It's my pleasure right now to welcome in a guy who probably just shot about a 68 over at Teal Bend or Hagen Oaks, or I'm not sure where he decided to go golfing.
Did you get him
today.
at least comp, bro?
Nah, I can't even get myself comp. That's something we got to talk about that, Sacramento.
Man.
How come your boy got to pay full price every time he golf out here in Sacramento?
Man, I don't even golf and I could get a comp round.
You can get a comp round?
Come on, dog. You know better than that.
All right, I need to work on that. Next segment, we're going to talk golf. How the hell do I get a comp round? I want to know that. But my boy, Jahmai Webster, you can follow him on social media, Webster on TV. He is what do they call it in baseball? Dugout reporter? Sideline reporter? Red Sox reporter? Jahmai, what's up with you, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's good, Jay? It's good to be with y'all, man. For real, this is a pleasure, man. I'm honored, happy to be here. But yeah, it's sideline reporter.
Okay.
Still sideline, even though it's not really sidelines in baseball.
Okay. Where'd you play at today? I know you were angling to get out there and go golfing. Did you get out?
Yeah, man. I was at Hagen Oaks, and I did shoot a 68, man. Only thing is, it was on the front nine.
Dude, I tell you what, man. Baseball is a grind, man. 162, games every day. I'm impressed that you still find time to get out. How do you do it?
I had to, man. You need that escape for sure, because it is a 6-month grind, 6, 7, really 8-month grind if you count spring training and all that, and then postseason. So it's 3/4 of the year you're in this spinning wheel, man, and it's nonstop. So you have to find time to break away from the simulation, if you will, and do things that can take your mind off of it. And the players do the same thing. But if you don't do that, you will go crazy. People don't realize that baseball is every day. And there's sometimes where you're working 14 days in a row. You're doing a game and trying to, bring your best to the television and bring the best footage from the athletes that you cover. But it takes a lot out of you, that's for sure. I got a little bit more wise about, taking time and picking my spots, and golf does that for me. So I feel energized heading to the ballpark today.
Oh, my bad. Jahmai, it's interesting you say that, man. I'm a baseball guy, and so it is a grind. It is something, and it's interesting that you, who cover the team as much as you're in the locker room and the dugout and on the field and, within the studios, for you to say it's a grind compared to some of the players. What do you get from some of the players who talk about the daily grind?
Oh, man, everybody knows it. If you're in baseball, you understand it. And I think, especially in my position, in my role as sideline reporter for the Red Sox, these guys understand that we're on basically the same schedule. Only difference is our pockets are a little bit different, right? So they get paid the big bucks. I'm getting paid the minimum dollars. But, they got mutual respect because they realize that you're away from their families as much as they are. And, I spend more time with these guys than I do my own family. So, you really build a relationship over the season. You guys get close, and that's how, you build the trust too, and be able to have some insight into day-to-day lives and things that they may not tell other people who just kind of pop in and out. So that's a benefit to being a part of this thing too.
Jahmai Webster, Red Sox sideline reporter, joining us fresh off the Sox beating the A's last night 7-0 at Sutter Health Park. Jahmai, your first look at Sutter Health Park, obviously temporary home for the A's right now for this season and the next two. You've been in all the major league ballparks. You've been around the league. Just give me your thoughts on what it was like last night out there.
Yeah, that is true, man. I hit 30 for 30 this year, so I was proud of that.
Okay.
And now I'm 31 for 30 if you consider Sutter Health Park. So
right.
I've been to every single one in the league. And my impressions of the place were, it was a packed house, which is different than what we've seen historically during my years of being in baseball, covering the Red Sox at the Coliseum over in Oakland. Because it's just the team hadn't been as good, and even now when the team is kind of teetering and playing well, but not really finding that consistency, it's easier to pack the place with 14,000. So that was something that was a bit of a change to see. Just crowd that was involved in the game, locked in. There was "Let's Go Red Sox" chants. They were trying to drown those out, so you felt the back and forth. But I think they've done a pretty good job getting the place together, making it a makeshift major league ballpark. The clubhouse is really nice. And, this is my second time going to a minor league park because we obviously have the Tampa Bay Rays in the division, and they're borrowing the spring training home of the New York Yankees right now. So comparing the two, I think it's pretty comparable, and they've done a good job kind of getting it up to speed so major league teams can come in here and play games.
Hey, Jahmai, you, of course, being with the Red Sox, rocking and rolling. Aroldis Chapman and the feat that he had a couple of days ago, just absolutely amazing. You being a part of the atmosphere. What was it like to see Chapman do what he did?
I mean, it's incredible. This guy has been playing in the big leagues for 16, 17 years and has seemingly hit another gear, which is crazy to even imagine because he stepped on the scene. We all remember it with the Cincinnati Reds throwing 103, 104, 105, and just being able to spin a baseball like we've never seen before. So the other day, I mean, he picked up his 29th save with 4 strikeouts in 1 inning because the batter reached on a wild pitch on Sunday in Arizona. So he's just been on a tear right now. This man has faced 50 consecutive batters without giving up a hit. That's going all the way back to July 23rd. His ERA is minuscule, 0.98 this season. And he's had this new renaissance, and he loves the Red Sox that just signed him to an extension for next season as well as potentially beyond. So he really has been the anchor in the back end of that bullpen that's been able to have the Red Sox lock down games, and it's why this team is in prime position to walk into the playoffs this year.
Hey, man, you guys have been one of the best teams in the AL, second best team in the AL since making that big trade mid-season, sending Rafael Devers to the Giants. What flipped with the squad? What did that trade do for the organization that has them playing so well, 43-29 since that trade?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, when you think about a Rafael Devers being traded, a guy they just gave the 10-year contract over $300+ million to, but it just came to a situation where it was untenable, I believe. He publicly obliterated the general manager, Craig Breslow, and then shortly after that, the principal owner, John Henry, flies to Kansas City, has a conversation to him about, being a team player and what it means to wear the uniform and playing first base, essentially, because Tristan Casas went down early in the season. He was going to be their primary first baseman, so they needed somebody there because Alex Bregman came over in free agency to play third base. Obviously, won the Gold Glove last year. That's the guy you're going to go to when, just numbers-wise, Devers had been the worst third baseman in all of baseball. So it just made sense, but his trade was essentially addition by subtraction. You got a couple pieces back that may work for you in the future, but it created a lane for them to call up Roman Anthony, who's injured right now, who the Red Sox are really missing. A young phenom, top prospect in all of baseball, who made his major league debut this year. Now he's out with a left oblique injury, probably looking at another 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe. Hopes to get him by the second round of the playoffs probably is what it's looking like, but it allowed him to thrive, come up. They got a lot of young guys on this team, which is made them, they got this youthful exuberance, which guys have come up to go with the veteran type players like a Alex Bregman, like a Trevor Story, even a Jarren Duran in many aspects as well. So it kind of has all worked together for the group because now everybody's pulling on the same rope. It's all about being the best teammate you can be and trying to do your best to contribute to the team on an everyday basis. And they've done a great job. So got to give kudos to Craig Breslow for pulling the trigger on that because it was not popular at the time. You're thinking about Devers' production because, you even look at it now, just from a strictly statistical standpoint, they don't have a guy who's hit 31 home runs and has driven in 100 RBI this season. So you're trying to bring that production in. Obviously, Trevor is close to that. He's got 24 homers and I think 90 RBI. But Devers is a generational offensive talent, and they boldly moved on from him in hopes of, pulling this thing together. And it has taken off since the trade, which Craig Breslow said at the time, which was very unpopular, that when we look back on this trade, we will have won more games than we otherwise would have had Rafi still been on the team.
Joined by Jahmai Webster, sideline reporter for the Boston Red Sox, as much as it pains me to say that, because I just get, oh man. And of course, Vanessa, Jahmai, man, you've had an opportunity, as you talked about, to enter a couple of minor league ballparks with Tampa, and of course now the Athletics here in Sacramento. You have an opportunity to travel with the squad. Did you hear any, whom and how and about the players, meaning the Red Sox, having to come play in the minor league ballpark, or have they just kind of looked at it as, this is business upon business. We're going to come in and take on the A's, and we'll leave it at that?
Yeah, definitely the latter, man. Nobody's complaining about having to play over here, and that's actually what I was talking to a lot of the guys about yesterday. And it seems like, to a man, the response was, hey, it's still a major league game. We come in here and trying to win a series, and we'll leave it at that, as you said. So they're just trying to come in here and take care of business. They're not mad about being here in Sacramento. They look at it as another opportunity to save some space in the wild card and, push towards that division title. So, and a lot of guys have played here, too, over the course of their time coming up in the big league. Alex Bregman, obviously being in division, made minor league rehab starts here. Trevor Story, when he was with the Rockies, he seized the ball well here again last night with the solo shot that he blasted. But these guys are used to it. And, they just, once that first pitch flies, it's baseball game.
Hey, Jahmai, you got a local product, Nick Sogard, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Jesuit High School, had an RBI last night. I don't know he spoke after the game. What's it been like for him having this homecoming and being able to play Major League Baseball in his hometown here?
Yeah, Nick is a great guy. And, you got it right. Nick Sogard, his cousin Eric used to play for the A's for a couple of seasons, so he came up through the system as well. His uncle is Steve Sachs, so this guy comes from a baseball family, and he playing here in Sacramento has been great for him. He played here in high school, as he told me last night. Had a high school game there, but he used to come here all the time and watch Eric play with the A's. So he's got great memories here. And then, Jesuit, 25 minutes from the ballpark, no traffic, of course.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. But he is a solid big league ball player. And I was asking Alex Cora about him the other day, and he said, it's crazy because he's a guy, only thing that's holding him back right now is experience, and he's going to continue to gain that. But he would be just like the premier bench player, a guy who can come in off the bench and give you anything you ask for. Defense, hitting the pinch hitting spot. Also, he has the ability to run, so a great athlete. And he probably projects to be that over the course of his career, and he's going to have a long big league career because of it, because he's just so proficient at so many different avenues. And they really like him, his ability to control the strike zone and his baseball IQ. So he's having a blast here, being back home, and he hit a hometown staple. I asked him about that. He said he had to get in and out. The line was too long, so he went back last night.
Hey, man,
that line always be long,
way
man.
too long.
Always be long.
Last one for me, Jahmai. Hey, Jarren Duran is somebody that is polarizing. I think is a good word to use for JD. Just being around him every single day, man. He is he's got to fire up the ball club. He's got to fire a guy up like yourself. Just being around him every single day and his movement and the way he goes about things. What's your take on him?
That's a great way to describe it. Actually, he is a polarizing player. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. He's passionate about the game, and the Red Sox are better because they have Jarren Duran. So it's really incredible because a couple years ago, he really struggled, had a hard transition to being an everyday big league player. The team decided to stick with him, and it's paid dividends on him. All-star for the first time last year, and really has been looked at as one of the premier players at his position. Not only that, but just overall as a baseball player, his ability to run, his ability to hit, his ability to play defense. It's just a complete player when you're looking at him. And that was the commentary, really, when the Red Sox decided to, at the time, they had Raimel Tapia, and they decided to designate him for assignment, stick with Jarren Duran. And Alex Cora said just the package of the player is too great to not stay with him and give him an opportunity to learn and grow. And he's been doing that. And he is really one of the premier players on this Red Sox team. And he is kind of the straw that stirs the drink. As the Red Sox go, it's because he's going too. So he's got 500 career hits. He got that last night. And he's playing well. He's playing really well right now.
My guy, Jahmai Webster, Red Sox reporter, sideline reporter for Nesson, covering the Red Sox, all 162. His squad on a tear as of late, second best team in the AL since trading away Rafael Devers. Meanwhile, the Giants, on the other hand, they're making a push for the playoffs. They're 12-3 over their last 15. Should be an interesting final weeks of the season. Hey, man, we got to catch up, dude. Believe it or not, I was supposed to throw out the first pitch for the game tonight, man, but they bumped me for some influencer. I don't know who it is, or if it ain't the Cavender twins or Lily Dunn or Livy Dunn or something like that. I don't know what they're doing. I was supposed to throw out the first pitch tonight, man.
Yeah, I can't believe that, man. I don't know who I need to speak with, but I will be talking to somebody about that.
Exactly. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to SAC, man. I'll hit you up in a little bit.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That's our guy, Jahmai Webster, right there for the Red Sox, who beat the A's last night 7-0. Both teams back in action tonight. Jay, should we take